Good evening, everyone. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Today is Thursday, 11th February 2021. Well, guys, for today, we have another topic. I think this one, it will be very easy for you. I'm pretty sure all of you study the adjective in the previous module. I mean, in the module number one, module number two, and probably in the module number three. So in this module, once again, the topic adjective is included in the unit number 7. Give me a few seconds to share my screen. Well, guys, as I said, our objective for today's class, adjectives. This is something that you study in the module number 1, remember? Adjective basically give more information about a noun. Adjective modify nouns. So in this minute, guys, let me refresh your mind about the nouns. Remember, nouns are considered people, animal, or object. Nouns can be subdivided into countable and uncountable nouns. But today we are not going to study nouns. Let's focus on adjectives. So for this reason, guys, I inserted a table, you see, 4 different columns. Give me a minute. Too much noise here. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so sorry. As you know, I get a problem here, the place where I live. Too much noise on the street. Jesus. Well, guys, so in the column number 1, we have the nouns. Remember, nouns, people, animal, or objects. So in the example, we have cell phone, shoes, books, dogs, airplane, girl, and brother. In the next 3 columns, we have something related with the adjective. You see? In the column number 2, we have the adjective. Remember, an adjective gives more information about a noun. Adjective describe a noun. In the column number 2, let's write some adjective in positive. For example, number 1, cell phone. This is an adjective for that noun. Expensive cell phone. Expensive is the adjective. And this adjective is describing or modifying, in this case, the noun cell phone. Expensive is an adjective that giving more information about that noun, cell phone. In this case, it's describing that device costs a lot of money. Expensive cell phone. Expensive is the adjective in positive. Let's continue with the number 2. Shoes. Nice is another adjective for that noun. Nice shoes, describing the noun. Next one, books.
New, puede ser.
Okay, well, I was about to write interested, but okay. New books. New is an adjective and modify the word noun. That is a noun. Books, noun, new adjective. Well, so let's continue. So for the dog, okay, let me write it down this. A good adjective for a dog. Probably could be a beautiful dog, but
Angry dog.
angry? Oh, okay. Interested. An angry dog. Okay. Thank you. Okay, this is one fast, no problem. Okay, guys, as I said, this is gonna be pretty easy for you. So I'm going to highlight the adjective. Give a minute. Well, there you go. So in the second column, we have the adjective. The adjective in the second columns, they are in positive. You probably say, what is in positive? Well, the adjective has 3 different degrees. 3 degrees. Positive, degree number 1, comparative, degree number 2, and superlative, degree number 3. In the second column is in positive. Spencer Sullivan, nice shoes, new books, angry dog, fast airplane, beautiful girl, and polite brother. Now it's time to study something about grammar. As I always said, as an English teacher, I don't need to teach grammar every single time, but I think and I consider this time is quite important to refresh your mind about the grammar. How to switch positive into comparative form. So give a minute. There you go. Over here we have some rules, spelling rules, how to switch adjective from positive to comparative form. As you know, in the comparative, we're going to need the suffix. What is the suffix? Er and the word more. Suffix is R is needed when we need to switch from positive to comparative form. We need to add the suffix er to the base form of the adjective. For example, this is the rule number 1. Over here, we have 2 adjectives in positive. Adjective number 1, cold. Adjective number 2, nice. Cold and nice in positive. What we need to do to switch from positive to comparative? Well, we need the suffix er. For example, cold, colder than. Nice, nicer than. This is the way how to work with comparative adjective. In Canada, winter is colder than summer. We are comparing two different seasons, winter and summer. What is the adjective? Cold. Comparative form, we add the suffix er. Winter is colder than summer. Let's take a look at the sentence of the example number 2. In this example, we are comparing ice cream, chocolate ice cream and strawberry ice cream. What's the adjective? Nice. Comparative, nicer than. Chocolate ice cream is nicer than strawberry ice cream. As you can see, these spelling rules are about the short adjective. We just need add the suffix er to the base form of the adjective. Let's move on. Now, in this spelling rule, they are about long adjective. Long adjective I've considered those who have 2 or more syllables. 2 or more syllables. For example, these ones. Boring. Expensive. We cannot add the suffix er to the base form of this adjective because they are long adjective. We use the word more instead. Boring. Comparative, more boring than. Expensive. Comparative, more expensive than. Examples. I think golf is more boring than baseball. Golf, baseball. You see? What is the adjective? Boring. In the next sentence, it's comparing restaurant with another one. What is the adjective? Expensive. This restaurant is more expensive than that restaurant. Rule number 3. The rule number 3 are for those adjectives that ends in the letter Y. You see, letter Y preceded by a consonant, such as early and happy. Both adjective end in the letter Y, but is preceded by a consonant, L and P. Probably you are wondering, teacher, what in the blue hell is a consonant? Well, the consonants are the letters in the alphabet. Obviously, know the vowels. Letter L is a consonant. Letter P is a consonant. For the comparative form, we drop out the letter Y and we add the suffix IER for the comparative form. Happy, happier than. Early, earlier than. Examples. He arrived at school earlier than I did. Second one. John looks happier than David. Last rule. Adjective with a single vowel and consonant. Don't confuse, guys. Even though these are short adjectives, but these ones are considered in the different spelling rules. We cannot add the suffix er to the base form of this adjective. This adjective has a characteristic. You see? G, IV. In other words, consonant, vowel, consonant. In the same way the other one, consonant, vowel, consonant. Comparative form, we duplicate the last letter and add the suffix er. Big, bigger than. Hot, hotter than. Look the examples. Russia is bigger than Canada. In my country, August is hotter than January. One rule is missing. Who can remember? Who can tell me what rule is missing? What spelling rule is missing about the comparative form of the adjective? Come on, guys, tell me what spelling rule is missing about comparative of the adjective? What spelling rule is missing? No one? Well, the spelling rule that is missing is irregular adjective. Irregular adjective. Who can tell me or who can say an example of irregular adjective? No one. Come on, guys. Okay. I give you an example. Comparative form of irregular adjective. For example, what is the comparative form of good? What is the comparative form of good? Interested. No one knows? Well, let me stop this. Well, guys, in the previous slide, we studied some spelling rules about how to switch positive adjective to comparative. But as I said, there was one spelling rule that is missing. This one is about the irregular adjective. For example, good. What is the comparative of good? Anyone?
Gooder.
Okay, so probably some students can say gooder, right? But this is incorrect because the word good is an irregular adjective. Is irregular adjective. When I say irregular means that that word or that adjective has no and specific spelling rules. It works completely different from the spelling rules that you see. For example, you say good, better. Better is the comparative form of good. So Daniel, you have a question, miss? Tell me.
Sí, sí, profe. Entonces quiere decir que es más o menos el adjetivo y se le agrega la ER o otra consonante, más o menos así.
No. Los adjetivos irregulares, como les dije hace un ratito, no siguen ninguna de las reglas que vimos. Por eso se les denomina irregulares. Es más o menos cuando ustedes aprendieron sustantivos irregulares, que se les llamaba irregular nouns. Cuando aprendieron, creo que este fue en primer módulo, cuando ustedes vieron cómo pluralizar sustantivos, ¿verdad? De la misma forma como aquí trabajamos, o vimos hace un momento, cómo cambiar un adjetivo en positivo a su forma comparativa, pues también había los sustantivos de singular a plural. Recuerden que para pluralizar, de singular a plural, también trabajamos con sufijos. El sufijo más común es la S para pluralizar, ¿verdad? También ustedes vieron el sufijo ES, el sufijo IES, el sufijo S con ciertos sustantivos, y también habían sustantivos irregulares que no seguían ninguna de las reglas. Hago acuerdo aquí rápido. Por ejemplo, este de aquí. Había otro que era este de aquí. Recuerden, y por último, este de aquí. Entonces, estos les enseñaron que para pluralizar no pueden aumentar ni S, ni ES, ni IES. No podemos ponerle ningún tipo de sufijo. Person, el plural era people, child, children, and mouse, mice. Entonces, una regla parecida hay con los adjetivos irregulares. Estos no siguen ningún tipo de regla. Esto hay que aprenderlos, identificarlos como good, better. Other one is this, bad. The comparative, worse. This one is another, far. It changed completely. You see? These three words are the most common irregular verbs. Good, better, bad, worse, far, farther. So this means in this way, we can switch adjective from positive to comparative. Los adjetivos, escuche bien por favor, esto es algo que yo evito. Los que han trabajado conmigo, yo evito meterme mucho con gramática. Prefiero trabajar y no ver mucha gramática. Pero aquí sí es necesario aprenderla. El adjetivo tiene 3 grados diferentes. El grado positivo, que es en este momento en la columna 2. Tenemos el grado comparativo y el grado superlativo. Positive, comparative, and superlative. In the comparative form, remember those adjectives that have two or more syllables we use the word more. More expensive. More expensive than. This one, nice, is a short adjective, but it already ends in the letter E. So that means we only add the letter R. Nice, nicer, nicer than. New is a short adjective. Newer, newer than. Next one, we have the adjective, a good one. Remember, those adjectives that ends in the letter Y preceded by the consonant, we drop out the letter Y and we add the suffix or the letters IER. Angrier than. Fast, faster than. Beautiful is a long adjective. Beautiful than. And the last one, polite. More polite than. This is the comparative. Recuerde que en comparativo, como su palabra lo indica, vamos a utilizar esta estructura si comparamos algo. La columna del positivo es cuando damos mayor información al sustantivo. Le damos una especie de realce. Y para esto utilizamos adjetivos. Los adjetivos son aquellos que modifican a los sustantivos. Y a su vez nos dan más información del mismo. Comparativos, como su palabra lo indica, es comparar dos cosas. En este caso, más caro que. El número uno es más caro que el siguiente. Nicer, simpático, agradable. Este de aquí es más agradable que este de acá. Newer, más nuevo. Este de aquí es más nuevo que este de aquí. Angrier, enfadado, más enfadado que. Faster, también necesitamos comparar. And so on, guys. Okay, I think it's time to practice. Give me a minute. Let's carry out this activity. Well, in this activity, guys, we're going to use the comparative of adjective, short adjective, long adjective, or irregular adjective. It's up to you. They are 16 exercises. I want you to think a good adjective for each exercise. For example, in the number 2, we're going to compare cars and radios. So you have to think a good adjective to compare cars and radios. You can say heavy. Well, heavy is correct. If you just say beautiful, well, it also works. Or you say, okay, a good adjective for cars and radio, expensive. Well, it also works. But you must consider the lines or the gaps. Gaps son estas rayitas que usted ve aquí. Usted tiene que considerar el adjetivo que vaya a utilizar para comparar autos y radios. Y tiene que concordar con las gaps o los blanks. Hay 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Tiene que haber 4 palabras incluido el adjetivo comparativo. ¿Quién piensa el adjetivo? Pues usted va a poner el adjetivo. In the same way with Thomas, his brother, winter, summer, and so on. Okay, this is an activity for the class only. When I said volunteers, you need to practice, guys. I have no idea if you there. I don't like as students to start the cameras because I do understand that most of you has problem with the internet connection. So that is the reason sometimes that of students, okay, no problem. If you can start your cameras, bring it on, no problem. Especially at night. There are a lot of people using internet connection. So you say, okay, no problem, students. Okay, stop your cameras, use your microphone, put on your headphone in case you have it. But when I say, please, I need your participation, when I ask for a volunteer, do it, guys. Come on, do it. I'm going to share the file. Give a minute. That's the link, guys. Please. You have 5 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's do it, guys, please. One volunteer for the number 2 and 3. Click on the button, Jess, please.
Cars are more expensive than radios. Number
Okay. Number 3.
3. Thomas is tired than his brother.
All right, it works for me. Miss Canales Domenica, 4 and 5, please.
Winter is colder than summer.
5.
Waking are big than waking day.
Okay. Well, Miss, I suggest to practice a little bit more your pronunciation, but that's correct. Well, 6 and 7, Vargas Cindy, thank you. 6 and 7.
This book is more interesting than that book.
Okay. 7.
Comedies are funnier than action movies.
All right, thank you. Almea Ronquillo, please. Number 8 and 9.
The flu is worse than a cold. Dogs are more dangerous than cats.
All right, it works for me. Correct. Number 10 and 11, please. Mr. Franco, thank you.
Cake is more delicious than ice cream. 11, 10, sun is hotter than the moon.
All right, very good. 12 and 13. Anybody else? 12 and 13.
John is busier than Michelle. Question 3 is easier than question 4.
Okay, easier. Okay, that works for me. Easier. Okay, so the last student, 14, 15, and 16. 3 exercises, please. Another volunteer. Thank you, Miss Pacheco Vargas.
I think but interesting movies.
And movies. Okay, 16.
Mary Marie Carrefour. Diane. Diane.
16.
Small the Zoom.
Okay, Earth is smaller than Zoom. Okay, that's correct. Thank you, miss. Well, those exercises are pretty easy. Now, let's do it something else. Please give a minute. Okay, guys. This activity gonna be a graded one. Graded activity. What are you going to do? Listen very carefully in the instructions. As you can see, we have 4 different families. In the picture number 1, we have Thomas. You see? Thomas. Then we have Sophie, Hannah, and Roddy. You see? Thomas, Sophie, Hannah, and Roddy. I want you to look very carefully at these 4 pictures because they have something in common. For example, the 4th picture, as you can see, there is a dog. You see the dog? Thomas, Sophie, Hannah, and Roddy. Houses. Thomas, Sophie, Hannah, Roddy. Houses. Cars. Thomas, Sophie, and Roddy. Children. You see? I want you to make comparative sentences using Thomas, Sophie, Hannah, or Roddy. For example, you can say, Roddy's dog is bigger than Sophie's dog. Look at the picture. Let's compare these 2 dogs. Roddy, this is Roddy. Roddy dog is bigger than Sophie dog. This is an example. I want you to make more comparative sentences. You can use the car, the house, the windows, the person, taller. Well, it's actually up to you. I want you to compare, okay? As many sentences as you can. All right, as many sentences as you can. Comparative sentences. For this activity, guys, you will have 5 minutes. When you finish, please send the task to our Telegram group. Make comparative sentences. I'm going to share the file. Give me a minute. That's the link. Please click on the link and start working. 5 minutes. Don't forget to send the task to our Telegram group. Do it, please. And don't forget, use different adjective. Not big for everything. Big, smaller, beautiful, faster, and so on. Different adjective. 5 minutes. 2 minutes. Quickly, guys, please send the task to our Telegram group. Don't forget something where it says comparative in the comments. Well, guys, let's continue. Let's keep on working on comparative sentences. Don't forget, guys, objective, 3 different degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. Okay, guys, so in this new worksheet, we're going to practice comparative and superlative. Well, as you can see, we have a picture, a nice one, 3 little dogs. Well, guys, I want you to tell me adjectives for these 3 dogs. For example, a good adjective for dogs might be fast. Can you share another adjective for this picture? A positive, a positive adjective. For example, fast or beautiful. Can you share another adjective? Come on, guys, don't let me down, please. Look at these 3 little dogs and tell me an adjective for this picture, describing the dogs. No adjective? Okay. Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. Well, let's carry out the first activity. This is another activity. We need to practice. This is the way I like to work. It's not about grammar. You need to learn how to practice English. You don't need to learn grammar. What? Well, what is actually the reason? What do you need grammar for? You are not studying to be an English teacher, or probably if you love English, well, you can study grammar to teach English in future. But my methodology is not about grammar. Grammar is important. I understand. I do understand, guys, that grammar is important, but not in every single class. We need to practice. Unfortunately, using this, I mean soon, is a little bit difficult for me because, as I said, some of you get problem with the internet connection, and I can't work properly when it comes to practice speaking activity. You know, speaking activity. So that is a reason I created the Telegram group, because in the last week, in the next week, we have 2 weeks, 2 weeks time. Yeah, we have 2 weeks time. In the next week, we're gonna practice speaking, a lot speaking. So the only way is on the Telegram. You have to send me recorded file. It means record yourself, your voice, for any activity, right? But as I said, grammar for me is important, but not for students. Grammar is quite important for teachers, but not for students. Just study grammar. We spend time learning grammar and we can speak English. Come on. We know a lot of grammar, but we can communicate. We know a lot of grammar, but we can speak properly. Well, guys, so in this activity, in activity number one presentation, we are going talking about means of transportation. Transportation. As you can see, we have three people holding the means of transportation: train, bus, airplane. So you're going to compare these three means of transportation. There is an example here. What are you going to compare? Very easy. Look, journey time and cost. That's it. Journey time and cost. But you're going to compare it with the three means of transportation. There is an example over here. You will see. Just comparative, no superlative. Comparative. For example, train, journey time, 2 hours. Bus, 2 hours, 45 minutes. Plane, 1 hour, 16 minutes. Cost, this means the money. 40, 28, and 90. So you're going to compare by using this example. The bus is cheaper than the train, but is also slower. This is an example. It's comparing the bus and the train. You see, it's comparing bus and train. The bus is cheaper than the train, but is also slower. Or you can say, the train is faster than the bus. Here, we compare the train and the bus. The train is faster than the bus, but it's more expensive. Just comparative. Comparative sentences only. All right? So I'm gonna share this worksheet and you will have, once again, 5 minutes. Don't forget to send these tasks to our Telegram group. For me, it's very important to chat the task. It's my feedback. Okay? Para mí es muy importante revisar estos tipos de actividades en Telegram group. Porque es mi feedback. Feedback es retroalimentación. ¿Cómo estamos trabajando en clases? ¿Qué tal se está aprendiendo? Ese es mi feedback en Telegram. Antes lo enviaba en la parte de lo que es email, pero se me complica un poco el email. Entonces opté por lo que es Telegram. Como usted puede haberse dado cuenta, si envía videos, fotos, audio, Telegram tiene la particularidad que no ocupa espacio. Si ve un video es como que está viendo YouTube, no necesita descargar el video. Lo mismo sucede con las imágenes, salvo que la quiera descargar. Entonces, las actividades que ustedes envían, tienen que enviarlas donde yo digo, por ejemplo, acabo de enviar un mensaje que dice comparativos, enviar aquí, para que no se mezcle todo. Entonces, solo en comparativos yo entro en ese comentario y ahí están todas las actividades suyas de esa actividad. Yo voy a compartir otro comentario y ahí va a enviar usted esta actividad para que la conversación del grupo no sea un relajo, por decirlo así, sino que esté en orden. Okay, guys, so give a minute. That's it, guys. That's the link. Get the link and start working, please. 5 minutes again. 2 minutes. Okay, guys, so we have 5 minutes left. Listen, please. Tomorrow we have the next quiz, the quiz number 3. For the quiz number 3, you need to study question tags, agree and disagree, the structure, neither nor, either or, both and, request, and permission for tomorrow, guys. Now I'm going to share another link for the English classes so you can download all the information to study, obviously. So give me a minute. That's the link. That's the link for the English classes. Remember, study, question tags, agree and disagree. The three different structure, neither, either, both, and request and permission. Adjective, positive, and comparative, it's not included for tomorrow test. Well, guys, I think my time is up. Thank you very much for having me. I'll see you tomorrow.